we do have that dual camera setup on the back that we do have to hit on right now. So it has that 12.2 megapixel wide angle lens, then it also has a 16 megapixel ultra wide sensor. Now I like this camera on this phone. I actually do think it's pretty good. You can do 4K at 60, which again is a pretty big update from the 4K at 30 that we had on the Pixel 4a, and overall I am a fan of this camera. You know, visually the photos look good, post-processing Google does a really good job with their images and all of that, but like I mentioned, again, I just hope the camera, and I think Google did a good job at not just hitting on the camera for 45 minutes and just moving on. I think they had a press release or something, but when I got this phone, I mean, they didn't really advertise the camera too much within the box. They didn't really talk about it, at least far as I know from what they told me. So I think that's a pretty cool thing. There were a lot of other improvements with this phone, and when a phone comes out, like with a lot of iPhones, with a lot of OnePluses, with a lot of Samsungs, these manufacturers just spend 50 minutes talking about the camera. It's very annoying. I like this camera. I think it looks great. The front camera, I'm not a huge fan of. 8 megapixel sensor, 1080p at 30. Again, I would have loved to seen 4K at 60 on the front. Even 4K at 30 would have been great. Even with the Pixel 5a, we only had 1080p at 60, which is a really big downside, you know, with a phone that was kind of built around its camera. For it to not have the best front-facing camera is very strange. People, I think, use the front camera more than they use the back camera. So that's a big thing to keep in mind. I am one of those people, I use the front camera way more than I use the back camera. I would have loved to have seen better improvements there, but it is what it is, and I'm not complaining about it. For a 450 phone, I think this is actually a pretty decent camera setup overall, and I think it's a pro for sure. Now,